Alright, and I think we're live. Alright, so how's it going, everybody? Back here with another live stream. So today we're going to finish the inventory system like we planned. I didn't touch it over the weekend, so it's exactly the same as we left it on Friday. So yeah, we just got to get this done. So last time we added this whole form system, so the client can request the form, just like inventory, for example, and then the server will send back the data for that form, and then the client can interact with it, and, well, of course, open up the form and then interact with it and stuff. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to hiccup or something. But yeah, so even the server can also send forms without needing a request. Like, just say if the player interacts with an NPC, it'll send like a, I don't know, like a shop form if it's a shop NPC, that kind of thing. I want to let you guys know I will be live streaming this week, today obviously, Tuesday and Thursday. I don't think I will be doing it Wednesday, and definitely not Friday. So yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna send out a tweet real quick. Oh sweet, it actually stayed in my web browser. I wrote out a tweet, and for some reason the tab closed while I was cleaning my keyboard, and all the buttons were being clicked, and then the tab closed, and I was like, oh no. I thought my tweet was gone, but hey, I loaded Twitter back up and it's still there. Alright, so I sent that out. I'm going to open up the chat. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I have an idea, hold on. I'm just configuring my stuff here. Okay, this looks okay. Alright then. So if there's any issues with the stream, just let me know and I'll fix them. Okay, so it's only been like 3 days, but I kind of forgot exactly how all this worked, so I'm gonna have to go through it real quick. Okay, so yeah, we had the form manager, those in the map. And then this is the interact, and this is the request event. So we're going to focus on request for now. Okay, so when there's a request, then we create a unique ID for it. Yeah, that sounds okay. Okay, get form data for client. Because I was thinking about this over the weekend, and there's some stuff I forgot that I implemented, so I was like, is this actually going to work? But yeah, I did implement some stuff. So I guess I have to pretty much close almost everything here. Okay, well, where should I start now? I guess I'll load up the inventory data on the server into the form for the player. Okay, so we have the inventory form here. So when this is created, Okay, we need to send. Okay, so here we can create the form data for the client. I'm just going to make sure the form data constructor is correct. Okay, type ID data. Alright. Okay, so for the inventory, you have a player here, right? Well, it's a requestable form, so we should have a player. Okay, I'm guessing this is private by default. Here, let's make it protected, then it should work. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's fill up this form data with the inventory data for the player. So I guess the best way to do this would be to just serialize it using JSON. I believe I have some sort of thing where I can access JSON without having to create a JSON object every time. Maybe within form I have something like that. There you go. Let's just create a class of static tools. I don't know why I've never done this before, but okay, so we'd have okay. Actually, wait, what am I even doing? Because, sorry, I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. Okay, so in the player, you can get the inventory. And then from here, you can get the other, the sub-inventories, you can say. So you have the main one, you have the equip, you have the cosmetic, and you have the bank. But for some reason I made that private. No, that seems to work. Maybe this isn't the same inventory. I see how it is. Okay, I'm going to rename these. Because it's not really the inventory. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, so this is just the raw data for the inventory, but we don't really need that right now. Okay, so I'm a bit tired today, so the live stream's a little more boring than last Friday. Sorry about that. And this is player inventory. Okay, good. Okay, so so player.get inventory dot, and then you can get the different ones. So you can get the equipped, you can get display, cosmetic, and the bank. Okay, yeah, main. Display is it's a combination of cosmetic, and equipped. So last live stream I talked about like how the inventories will have a cosmetic slots, and it'll also have equip slots. So the stuff in the equip slots is going to actually give them the bonus, and the cosmetic slot is just visual. So if they have something in the cosmetic slot, it'll override anything in the equip slot. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so we can just say we want to get the main inventory, and then here we can get the JSON data of it. That's already configured. So we can easily just add it in here. So we can just do data.put, and then the key for that would be like, yeah, let's use some constants here. I kind of like having like this. It looks more JSON friendly. Equipped, and then we'll have cosmetic. And I misspelled main here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna store the 3 different inventories in the form data that's going to be sent to the client. So then the client can use that inventory data to actually store the inventory in the game, and then they can interact with it. So that's pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm just thinking about a bunch of other stuff at the same time. Okay, I have an idea for the interact events, but I'll do that after. Okay. Okay, so we need to store the main inventory, the equipped inventory, and the cosmetic. Alright, I think that's all. Okay, so I want to change a little bit how the interact event works. So basically I want to have a string argument that would be like command. So then this would just be the basic command string. So just say for the inventory, one of the commands would be move, and then you can move the item that you want. So like move command would imply that you have like a move from slot, a move to slot, a move from inventory, and a move to inventory. So this code will be able to handle what inventory you want to move to and all that stuff. So yeah, I want to have the command here instead of having to store the command in the hash map. This makes more sense like this. Okay, so in the form, I'll modify the method here, and then that should cause a bunch of errors everywhere, and then we can easily fix them. Okay, it doesn't need to do anything. Okay. Okay, so you have the form manager here. Now this is giving us an error, of course. So within the actual packet, we need to, the form interact packet, we need to have that. So it's good that we didn't start coding any of the interact packets yet, because we would have to, of course, add this. Okay, and do it in the client as well. Okay, and then here would be logical to ask for the command in the constructor. Wait, I was looking to get some music, but I wasn't sure because copyright claims. I suggested maybe Monster Cat or something like that in the comments for the last live stream. But they seem to have some, like they're fairly loose with their stuff, but you can't get any ad revenue from the videos. They take all of it just because you're playing a song in the background, which doesn't make much sense, I find. If there was some way to give like a cut, then that would make sense, but not really. I don't think they do that. I'll have to look into it more though. Okay, there you go. I think that's done. Alright, looking good. So then in here we can basically just start coding. Here, let's put everything on the same window so we have some space. We can close these packets here. Close that. Actually, we didn't even use in the end, but it's okay. We're probably going to use that stuff later. We can close this. Okay, so here we can actually start getting some values. So if we do data.get, okay, and then we should probably use constants for this as well. Yeah, sure, let's just use a constant, might as well. Okay, so basically what this is, so the to slot is where you want, kind of like having it formatted this way, just a little OCD there. Okay, so the from slot is what slot you want to take the item from. The to slot is where you want to place it, and similar with the inventory, it's what inventory you want to take the item from, and what inventory you want to place it to. So you have pretty much full control. We're going to prevent players from trying to put stuff in the bank, of course, unless they're beside like an ATM or something like that. But we'll worry about that another time. Okay, so we can get some data from the interact event, so we can actually know what slots the client wants to move to, or what inventories and all that stuff. So of course, if we're doing other kinds of forms, like a shop or something, we can get other data values from the data, and the commands would be different, of course. Actually, we should have a switch here for the command, just in case we want to add more commands to the inventory form. I kind of doubt we will, but no, I didn't even configure these. So to slot from inventory. Okay, looking good. So we can actually move it from here, and I've already coded, I think, all the movement code. So we can basically just call move and pass all these parameters. And there you go. So the player inventory should handle all of this. I've already coded it like a few weeks ago. Not every case is done. Like, for example, here we're checking if we're trying to move to the bank inventory, and we're only going to allow it if there's an ATM nearby. So we haven't actually coded that yet, but we will eventually. Actually, we might not even need to handle that here. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we might have to handle it here. Anyways, we'll get to that once we add the actual ATM in. For now, the bank is not going to do anything. There's not even actually a cosmetic inventory set up just yet. We're going to do that eventually as well. At least I don't think so. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I don't even think it's actually stored in the database right now. Let me check real quick. And neither is the bank. Yeah, we're not even storing the cosmetic inventory or the bank in the database right now. We'll eventually, though. Actually, we're planning on switching to a different database management system. So right now we're using MySQL, but we're probably going to change to MongoDB as soon as I'm all done with this stuff here with the inventory. So if we actually finish all this inventory stuff today, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So you guys will see a little bit of MongoDB. It's pretty awesome, really. Actually, here, I'll remove that. And then here I can do static tools.js1. There you go. Hey, we used it. And I believe there's also that in the inventory as well. Okay, so I'm thinking of maybe just testing it first, because that's a good idea. So I'm going to do a fake request packet, and try to request a inventory, and then see if the server actually sends back the inventory, just so you know everything's working. This we can remove. Gonna have a little bit of errors here, but we can easily fix that. Alright, looking good, looking good. Okay, so let's go on the client. So I think as soon as we open up the game screen, we'll create one of those packets. So let's do that. So we don't need any form data really. So it would be mobile client game dot, oops, going too fast. And we'll create a new inventory request packet. Here, let me see, did I actually call it properly? Oh, of course it's not inventory request, it's form request. There you go. And the type will be inventory. And then we'll just put a new hash map here, because we don't need to pass any data to it for this kind. We just added that as a just in case. In the future we need to pass data to the server so that it knows some specific thing for if we want to open up a specific inventory or whatever. The stream health doesn't seem super good. I made the font a little bit bigger, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was watching over the stream and it was too small still. So I put it up to, I think, 14. Yeah. 15 is just really big. If I need to, I guess I will, but I don't know. When I work, I prefer to work with a small font because I can see more code and I can kind of analyze things better. Right now I feel like I'm super zoomed in onto something and I can't really focus on the big picture. I need to just look at this little thing. Okay, so we send a request. Okay, now let's actually create a handler for it. So we have some code here to handle packets. So the game screen is handling some kinds of packets, but let's allow it now to handle the form data packet. Okay, we're going to need this for sure, but I'm thinking of just going in the network manager and just printing it out. Where is it anyways? Okay, so when you receive a packet, okay, so if the packet is form data, then we're just going to print out the package JSON, just for testing purposes. So wait, hold on, I think I talked a little about this last live stream, but if I don't put any comments saying where in the code I put system.out, I can never find them. Well, I can, but it takes a while, and usually it's when I go back to code something on that class, and then it's like, aha, there it is. So yeah, it's kind of important to do that for me. Okay, so we load up the server. We still have our test user from last time. I'll have to look into it, but it seems like it doesn't always remember the login, so I'll have to see about that. Oh, hey, look at this. Okay, so as you can see here, it sends the inventory. What's this data thing here? I don't know what that is. But as you can see, it gives the ID of it. Then it has this data tag, which is all the extra data inside. So the first element of the data tag is the equip inventory, so you can see everything that's equipped. You can see the custom colors here on the body for the skin color. Scroll a little bit here, you can see the main inventory, which is completely empty, it's just a bunch of null, and the cosmetic inventory, which is also a bunch of null. So it works, it seems. Okay, I think this data thing is just part of the packet wrapper. We don't have to worry about that. I think maybe in the form data packet we should give the type so that we know how to create a form based on the type. I think that's very important. So yeah, let's do that. Let's close everything. No point in having all this running in the background. Okay, so let's add that form data packet. Oh, I see. So it just passes the entire form data. And it doesn't give the type. It does give the type because type is part of form data, but it doesn't in this case because if you go in the source shared in the form data class, we have a default value set up as inventory. So it doesn't add it if it's set to the default value, and it is because it's the inventory. Okay. Alright, that's fine then. So this is all working good, it seems. Let's remove this code from the network manager. Okay, so let's create something on the client, kind of like we did on the server, where you can create a form using an ID and some data, so that we can create a form using the ID and some data, of course, from the form data packets received from the server. So let's completely close everything server related, and we're going to start working on the client. Okay. Oh no. Let's create a new package for all this form stuff, and it's going to be very similar to the server actually. Let's create enum form type. Actually, I'm considering almost like copy pasting half of code from here because it's very, very similar. Okay, yeah, so we should have, I mean, let's just copy everything and see what we need to change. No. Okay, yeah, so we have some errors because we haven't created form yet. Right now I'm just fixing the error message so it's compatible on the client because it was set up to work on the server. Okay, so you don't actually need this anymore. So let's create a new form class on the client, and the form class on the client is going to be quite different really. It's going to extend LibGDX window, scene2d window, because the form is a window, right? So, but it's going to have some extra stuff, of course, so it's an abstract class. Okay, so we're required to have this constructor here. Okay, in the title, I think we can do something here. So we do lm.ui, and then we can do some sort of form concatenation plus Alright, it is similar to the server, so let's open up this. We're going to need some of that stuff. So the constructor needs to be somewhat simple. So let's not give it a title to start out with. Okay, so there's going to be a create method, which is called when the form data is received. So form data. Oh, what am I doing? I'm really tired today, actually. what's all this crap? Okay, so all these interaction stuff, we don't have to really worry about it right now. We could do a default close thing though. That's something we can do. No, this is not abstract. Okay, so this is going to send a command to close it. Okay, so this we would need to remove the abstract thing. Okay, so in here, if the command is close, then we can actually close the form. So, it might be wise to pass a form manager. Okay. Alright, and then here, oh crap, I get this error sometimes, my audio drivers, it's a bit weird. Okay, so in here we're going to need to, I'm going so deep into this, I should have just added this after and just get this form thing set up, but I guess not. Okay, so alright, cool. So if we want to close it, we can do that. Hold on a second. I want to see. I think there's a close thing in. Let's remove. I guess we can override remove so that we make sure that we're actually also closing it here. So this works. I'm just getting a call. Or if it rings again, I'm gonna have to pick it up. Okay, good. So, okay. So we're gonna have to change some stuff on the server here now. They should be throwing an error. Oh wait, no, because I have to add it here, and then I have to add. Okay, there you go. And then this, we need to make sure it calls the super method. And then this as well. So this way, we need to make sure that it calls this, or else that form will not be able to close on player command. So there's that. Alright, looking good so far. Determines if the specified player can interact with this form. Okay, what else do I need to add in here? So we have close. We don't really need this player to interact thing. We can, of course, have the type like this. And I think that's all we'll really need for the form here. Okay, we need to add the inventory form. Okay, here. I'll add that. Create a form data. I mean, this looks pretty good. Like considering, oh yeah, I forgot to do this here. Here we need to set the window name. So this dot set, not the window name, like the title of the window. Thing is, I don't even know if we can do that. Like set the title afterwards. Which really sucks. Seems like it's only in the constructor. I have no idea how we're going to get around this actually. Here, I'll Google it. I don't know how we're gonna do it here. Okay, I'm gonna look at the documentation real quick. I mean, that's it. Like, why don't they let you set the title afterwards? That doesn't make much sense. I might have to look into the code of the actual window thing and see where it stores the title, because I think it's a label that I can access. So there's probably that. Anyways, I'll be right back. I need to do something. Oh yes, and I added a BR back overlay, so there you go. back. Oh, that was close. I was actually about to hit end stream, but I just wanted to remove the overlay. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. It took a little longer than I thought. I was also thinking, like, if a player leaves the game but their inventory form is still open, then we'd have to close it somehow. So I guess in requestable form... We'll deal with that after. I'll write it down so I don't forget, because that's important. Okay, so remove. Plus little forms on player leave. Alright, sounds good. Actually, the new programmer that joined the project is working on an event system, so basically we'll have different events on the server, so things like player leaving or player joining, and you'll be able to handle those events from basically anywhere in the code, similar to the way that you can handle packets from anywhere in the code. So that's pretty cool. So we'll actually eventually probably be able to put the player leave event inside the form manager rather than having to call it from the player class when the player leaves. So yeah, that's neat. Okay, so let's start implementing the inventory form here. So we have the inventory window. This is all server here. Okay, so let's create. No. We're gonna put it in here. So it's a game screen, and then we have inventory window. So this is actually going to be changed to inventory form, and it won't extend window. It's going to extend form. Actually, I believe that we don't even need to fix that thing in our constructor problem, because when it's initialized, it's going to initialize the inventory window and it'll know. So that works. Hey. Yeah, we're going to rename that. So actually here this is the client, right? Yep. The form, we need to add this back in. So string title and then skin, and then we'll pass those in here. So the different kinds of forms will handle the title and the skin themselves. Actually, the skin, let's do it for them, just to make it a little bit cleaner. Alright, there you go. And then here we can just remove this thing. It's just basically duplicate code. It is the first statement in the constructor. Oh, okay, this isn't even the constructor. Okay. And there you go. Now we're actually going to need a new method in here that I also thought about. No, not here. Here. So we're going to need to add an abstract method here for updating forms. So it's also going to take form data. Here, let's put it below create, just makes more sense that way. Oh yeah, of course. There's no body. And we can basically assume that update's being called with form data. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. So what update's going to do is if something changes on the form on the server side, we can send an update to the client so we can actually see it visually. So that's pretty important, really. Yeah, so there's that. And I think I added the inventory to the player here, but I want to remove it. Did I? No, I didn't. Alright, perfect. Okay, so that's the form update. And then on the server side, we should create some code to send the update to the client. No, it's not abstract. And then basically that should take a player parameter. And they should be protected because we don't want to update from the outside. It's really more of an internal thing. This is the server side, right? Yeah. I think I only have get form for client on requestable form, and I don't think that's a good idea. So let's remove that. Okay, so there you go. And then in here, the requestable form, we can actually override this, but remove the player argument because we don't need it. And there you go. Okay, so this is basically just to update the client. So if the form is already open, then instead of creating a new form, we're going to update it. So we need to have some sort of way of storing what forms are open on the client. So we can do that in the game screen. We're going to move everything over into here again. And I think there's something missing here is the update method, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, update. Guess I'm going to comment out this code here. Actually, not all of it. Sorry, I'm really tired. Okay, so we're going to need to add these slots in dynamically. So I guess we can do that right now. Okay, and this is adding the listener. Okay, I see. So we need to, we're going to move these listeners to the inventory slot itself. I remember last live stream we did that, and it wasn't working because we forgot to add the width and height thing. Not this. Forgot to add width and height. So basically the size of the element was 0 in eyes of LibGDX. So when you try to click on it, of course you can't click on something that has no size. So it's basically just empty. So yeah, that was the issue. But we fixed that now, but we need to add the, let's move all this into the inventory slot itself. And then here we can take a inventory slot action handler. Oh yes, this is final. Actually, you don't even need to store this because it's final, right? This, and we're also going to need to pass the slot number and the inventory number. And all of this is final. Okay, there you go. Now it's all working. Okay, we can remove this line of comments here. It was a bit faded for some reason. We'll have to look into that. I remember from last live stream. Okay, looking good. And here, of course, we're going to have some errors. So we need to give a slot number and inventory number. So it requires some extra things. 0, 0, this. Okay, so we need to actually add in the different inventory slots based on the inventory, of course. Wait, now how are we setting the X and Y of it? How does it know where to be placed? I guess it has to do with the table, right? Guess we're going to keep this way. We're going to handle all those move events afterwards. Can we set the position here? No. Okay, this is all part of the table. Alright, so in here it's not very difficult actually. So we have the form data. So in here, in the form data itself, we have the hash map. And if you remember a few minutes ago, we actually stored all the data in the hash map, and then that gets sent to the client. So that's awesome. Here, we'll copy all these here, because we're going to need them here anyway. So now if we want to get the inventories, we can. Okay, let's create the static. Actually, I think I have it in here already. I could have sworn I created a static class, but anyways, I'll do it again. I mean, I don't think the JSON object is really intensive for when you're creating the new object, but it's kind of good practice to reuse it, because it's just a tool object. I don't think it really matters if you reuse it. So let's actually create the item array. So main inventory. So for now, we're just going to add the main inventory is equal to static tools. Not fools, tools dot get JSON dot from JSON. Okay, so it's an item array. And then the actual JSON data itself is from the form data. So form data dot get, and the key is key main inventory. So this should give us oops, we need to add the create method. But this should give us the actual inventory array with the items. So then we can loop through it and then actually add the inventory slots for those items simply by doing this. So that's pretty cool. Okay. What was the thing I wanted to do again? Oh yeah, create. I mean, we don't really need to override create in here. Update is already there, and then gets sent here. So then, yeah, we're all good with that. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, so we're going to loop through them. And the reason I'm keeping track of the number instead of just using a for each loop is because we actually need to specify the slot. So, oh, not another call. Alright, muted my mic for a second there until that was gone. Okay, is less than main inventory dot length. Okay, so now we can actually loop through it. So let's just copy this code. Let's comment here. So we'll loop through inventory and add slots to window. So I'm thinking of creating a table for each individual slot. I think that's the way to go. So let's actually just clear out the window. No, not completely. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to create some tables. For each different section. And then we'll add in the tables afterwards. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so a table in Scene 2D is just basically, it's like a table where you can store different elements and kind of different rows and columns. And it's very adaptable and nice, so that's all very good. So when we start this out, we're going to remove, let's add the keyword table after it. We're going to remove each table and then reload each one as well. Okay, and then here let's create the new table. So main inventory table is equal to new table. Yeah, I guess we'll just pass the skin. Okay, so then here we can add the different slots into that actual main inventory table. It'll get filled up, and then at the end, once we're done doing this, we're going to need to add the main inventory itself, main inventory table itself to the whatchamacallit, inventory form. Okay, so here, this needs to be I, and this is the main inventory, so let's get the proper inventory IDs here from the server. And instead of just passing a basic glove, we're going to actually pass the item. And there you go. That's pretty sweet, I think. So we could test this out, I think. Wait, no. Not yet, almost. All these are unused right now. We will use them eventually, but not now. And these should be constructed by default. I mean, what else is there to do right now? Right, so we need to add the packet. What is going on here? Oh yeah, this. Right, we need the form manager here. Which makes sense. Okay, so let's get to the game screen now. Start actually coding this in. So let's create okay, but what happens when we actually remove the form? So we need to have some sort of way to know that. Okay, let's just create real quick here, public void remove form. Okay, there you go. Inventory window. What does that need? Oh yeah, it's because it's form now. But we're going to remove this anyways, so because that was just our way of debugging the forms before. Okay, so form data packet. So form updates will be sent in the form of form data packet, so we don't have to create like a form update packet. Okay. What's wrong with this? Oh. Okay, so let's check if the form exists. So form that contains key, form data packet. No, not at all. Dot data dot ID. Okay, so if there's a form that exists already like that, then we're going to get it. Stop it. Dot ID. Update form data packet dot data, and if it doesn't exist, then we're going to add it. So forms dot put and then the value is going to be a new form we're going to create with form type dot create form by form data. Form data packet dot data. Is that it? I think so. What are all these errors here? Oh. I mean, I think that's it. Oh, hey, how's it going, Oliver? Okay, so we added the form remove. We need to actually put that in the form so that it actually does that. Oh, yay, we're going to pass the game screen. No, we're going to put that in create. Okay, so the form needs to know the current game screen so that it can remove itself from the game screen once it gets removed. So that's all good. We need to, of course, modify this. Okay, and then here. All right. Not too shabby. I think we can test it now, actually. Let's just run it, see what happens. No, this is definitely not going to work. I added something so that you can't have too many clients from the same IP connecting to the login server at the same time. So I have some preventions set up. So they work by connected clients. So like just say you can only verify a login, I think, once every 2 seconds. But I also have something to prevent too many clients from the same IP from connecting too quickly, or else people will just sorry, I'll explain this properly. On the login server, just say there's a 2-second cooldown, but that's only if you're connected. If you disconnect, the cooldown disappears, and if you reconnect, the cooldown goes back up. But if I have a cooldown on actually connecting, then it balances out. So yeah, I don't think I explained that right anyways. Okay. I don't even think I'm actually requesting one yet. No. Okay, that was kind of stupid. Okay, so let's request... Oh no, I did. It's not sending one back. Okay, it's like it's not seeing the form data packet. Let's do an output here, see if it does. Form data received. Yep, can't screen. Okay, so it receives form data, but it's just, oh. I need to actually load up the form into the stage. There you go. Okay, so now it's going to be added to the stage. Now it should work. It's going to be a little boring because the inventory is probably empty by default. Oh, there you go. Not too boring just yet. Oh yeah, it's null. Okay. Alright, so if the item's null, just don't draw it then, I guess. Oh, no. This... if it's not null. There you go. If it's not null, then draw it. Oh yeah. Client's still technically open, even though it's crashed. Okay, cool. The only issue is that I don't ever call the row thing, so it never goes to the next row. And I also want to add a padding in between each one. So that was good. It's a good start. Let's do like 3 pixel padding. That should be good enough. And we also need to add a row. I believe I had a row thing somewhere. I think it was in inventory slot dot. I'll just add it here. Okay, so I think we said there's 20 slots in the inventory, so no, not here. Let's make the row size 5. And so length is equal to 0. Okay, I think that should work. Yeah, I just hard coded it here, but I did a constant. There. Why is it doing this? Is it down or? Alright, seems connected. That was weird. Okay. There you go. Looking pretty nice. The padding's a little too much. It feels like that's more than 3 pixels actually. Maybe just 1 pixel is good enough. Here, let's do that. Cool. And if we click on the different ones, it tells you here in the console, you can see which one you're clicking on. 19, that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the window title worked as well, which is really cool. Alright, what else should we work on now? The stream's like pretty much halfway done. So we still have plenty of time to add some more stuff. I'm really tired though. Yeah, I'm gonna check some stuff out here. Oh, what would be neat would be to display the equip inventory. We should add that in real quick. Shouldn't be too difficult. But it is going to be a bit weird. Like you're going to see the player body and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to change that. Cause yeah, we don't want people to be able to change their body or things like that. Like their skin color or something like that would just be weird. But you will see it and it'll be kind of messed up. I guess we can implement the inventory move after. Here, why am I doing this manually? Let's just copy it. We won't need a row length here. Change this to equip. This also goes to equipped. No, not capitals. And on each one we're going to do a new row. Alright, let's do the cosmetic as well now. That mostly worked. All right. Don't even have to reload the server, I don't think. I think it should just work right off the bat. Is the server up though? Looks like it. Oh no. Rate index out of bounds. Oh yeah, of course. Oh boy, look at this. Looking pretty sweet. Okay, let's make this window a little bigger. $750 by 500. And also the cosmetic and equipped. No, they're kind of cool like that, I think. Okay, so let's add a little padding for each one. So 5 pixels, I guess, is fine. Like that. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Cool. So these things are not affected by color, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, I guess we can make them affected by color. I can do that right now. Shouldn't be too long. Of course, all these equip slots will not be there. It's a little ridiculous, and I want to remove it when it says, I want to remove where it says 1. I don't want to show the quantity, I'll just show one of them. Makes more sense that way. And I'll make it affected by color as well. And then also I need to make it so it doesn't show every single little thing, because you don't want everything to be affected like that. Hey, how's it going, Kay? And if we close it, oh yeah, well, nothing will happen right now. Okay, so okay, let's add those things in real quick. So inventory slot. So if item.quantity is not equal to 1. So if it's like, for some reason it's 0 or less, then it won't display the quantity. Well, it will, but it'll show it as an error, which is kind of messed. Let's just do more than 1. Okay, so it'll only show the quantity if it's more than 1. And also item.getType.getIcon. I'm thinking of doing a draw method for the item type, and then that would affect the colors. And maybe that's not the best idea. No, I'll just do it here. So dot set color, and then we would get the item color. And then we would want to make the alpha match the parent, so yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Tired today, but we're getting quite a bit of work done here, so that's good. If I wasn't live streaming, I probably wouldn't be doing all this, so I'm happy about that. Alright, good. And then we'll just reset the color once we're done drawing it. And I think that should be good. Let's test it out. It's going to look a little whack because the icons have coloring in them and they're not supposed to. I think the skin will work though. What is this error though? I think something's going on with my login server right now. Alright, it's working now. Yeah, see, the skin color works. Also, this window's a bit big. I should make it smaller. So you can see the skin color matches, but the other stuff don't. These are all hard-coded, well, not coded, but hard-colored stuff, so it's just colored straight in there like that, which you don't really want. You can actually see the inventory ID. This is cool. I'm pretty happy with this, actually. Okay, so let's make it so that they can't affect every single kind of inventory slot, because that wouldn't really make much sense. So that's going to take quite a bit of playing around with, actually, but let's just get it done. Here, I'll be right back. I think I'm going to clean the keyboard again. I had some waffles before with some maple syrup, and I think it's a little sticky still. Alright. Oh, my wires are getting all tangled up here. Just going to fix that. There you go. Much better. I have to plug back my mouse and keyboard now. I have to unplug it when I clean them like that, or else you never know, maybe the stream would exit or something. Like, hit Alt F4. That'd be pretty funny actually, but okay, so let's make the window smaller. Let's test out a couple window sizes, then we'll work on that little issue we have. 550 sounds good, and I'll say 400 for the height. I think that'll be a good size. I mean, once we add the player display and all that that stuff in there, Like, actually, let's just add it right now, just so we get a good idea of the size. Now, where did I have it? It's in Player Creator. Nope. Main menu. Player Picker. There you go. Character Profile. So this is like this table thing that I created. And it lets you show what a player would look like. But the equipped inventory should actually be updated. Oh wait, no, this, whoops. Character display, where is that stored? Main menu, okay. This is what we need. Alright, so let's add this in. Okay, so let's put a little more padding here. Let's do 25. And then the padding between these should be like 10. Okay, and let's add a new character display, so okay, we need some sort of way to access the I guess a display inventory. Allow direction change, false. And then we just add it in, so this dot add character display. And there you go. I think you can specify width and height actually. Where's that character profile thing? So you can see how we can use it. There you go. You can set a display size. Let's put in here. Let's do less than that. Let's do 150. And then let's copy this code here. Alright, looking good. Now in the act thing here, we do the super stuff, but we also want to update the character display so it's always using the player's you know, display, their clothes. But actually, it should just update with it, I think, because it is passed by reference, so it should be okay. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Uh-oh. the world is null. Or the player at least. Why can't I do this? Oh, okay. Need dimensions. Or player dot. Okay, and then we'll actually do the act thing now. Whoops, we need to store this. Okay, so this way we can check to make sure that the world and all that is not null, and it'll update as soon as we have the player and everything all set up. Alright, this should work now. Or maybe not. It's lagging a little because of the stream. Oh, yeah, we have to close them. Nice. Not too bad, I gotta say. Maybe we should put these inventory on the side close to the character display. Yeah, if we turn that off. Actually, we should allow direction change. I thought the direction change was for when the player moved around, it would look in a different direction. But no, it's what allows you to actually click on the character to see what they look like. So if you go in here, let's turn that off. If you click here, you can change the direction, which is really awesome. So now we allowed it here as well. Right. Now let's move. Let's just add all these add commands at the end. Like that. So then this would pad right like that. There you go. Let's check this out. Cool. Not too bad. And all this still works. Alright, so let's close most of this. Let's look at the problem that we have at hand right now with the player. We're going to have to change quite a bit of things. It's good that we do it now though, before we release an update. Otherwise, we're going to have to delete a bunch of stuff, which would suck. This is on the client, yeah. Okay. So these are all the different things that we have that are being drawn onto the player. So we have the body, boots, pants, shirt, gloves, shoulder pad, face, hair, hat, and usable. So that's the order that they're drawn in as well. Except usable is conditional though, depending on the direction you're facing. So usable is like whatever you're carrying in your hand, so like a weapon or something. Actually, we should add indicators to show what slot does what. We'll do that after though. Sorry about that. Okay. But there's a lot of these things that we don't want to be shown as well. So I think that we should keep display inventory like this order. So everything's all nice and set up that way. But the actual inventory itself stored on the server, I think we should do a little differently. So maybe the first few elements would be the things we're allowed to change, and the last ones are things you can't change. So like you wouldn't be able to change your face, your hair, or your body. But you can change your usable, what you're carrying in your hand. You can change your shoulder pad, your gloves, your shirt, your pants, your boots, and your hat. So we'd have to reorder that stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's close all this. Okay, so we need player inventory, so let's keep that open. Okay, player inventory. So we have the equipped inventory and the cosmetic. So that's good. But the slots are not in the order that we want them to be though. That's the main problem. Alright, so I'm going to start out by deleting everything in the database just so we get a nice fresh start. I also want to add a couple of rows to the database. And I guess I can show all this on here. Yeah, so let's add the bank and the cosmetic to the database to start out with. And then we'll play around with that other stuff because we kind of need it in the database. Okay, so let's just delete it all. Alright, players are gone. Equipped inventory. Okay, so after equipped, we'll add 2 rows. This is actually going to change a lot once we're started using MongoDB. Okay, it's text. Are there any other settings? No, none. Alright, that was it. That was fast. Okay, so we have those 2 new slots. Oh no. I had the be right back thing on for the whole time. Something like that happens, you guys should let me know. I forgot to turn it off, sorry about that. Oh, got a lot of notifications on Twitter. Cool, new followers, new people liking the post. Got a retweet. Sweet. Alright, thank you guys. You guys are watching. The people who retweeted and all that stuff, thank you so much. Okay. Alright, so we added it. Now let's... Oh, it's no problem. Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, database. Tools, database manager. Oh yeah, we also need player data. Okay, so basically right now I'm just loading in the inventories from the database and putting it in the player data, and then the player data is what is used to load the new players. I also need to store it. Okay. Oh, okay, we actually need the cosmetic data here now as well, because there's the vanity slot and all that. So yeah, we're gonna need to concatenate all that. Yeesh. That's a lot of stuff to remember. I need to write this down. Okay. And I have no idea why I'm using that JSON thing. Just do dot get inventory. Get equipped inventory. Dot get JSON. That's how I should be doing it. Oh, interp snapshot. Okay, and I need to store the bank and all that as well. Alright, we're gonna have to update all this now. This is the server. Oh, it's not? Okay. I had this get raw inventory stuff here, but I don't really need it. I don't know why I put it there. I think it was just like a quick fix at one point. Should be able to remove it without getting any errors. Oh, there's one error. Database. Oh yes, player update, of course. that way. Alright, looking good. Delete, you don't need to change it. Get player count, that's fine. Okay, cool. The database stuff should be set up now. Here, let's reload the server and try to create an account just so we can make sure everything's all nice and good with that. Okay, I have to create new because we deleted them before, so uh-oh. What is this error here? Okay. Wait, we need to remove that. Why is that still there? I thought I would have removed it by now. Okay, and if we exit out, and then, dang, column cosmetic inventory not found. Uh-oh. Did I misspell something? Cosmetic. I must have spelled something wrong. Okay, so this is probably on unable to get user data for oh that makes sense. Because in the select statement I didn't select everything, I just selected some stuff, so that caused some errors. I'm used to just like selecting everything and then picking the stuff I need out of it. That's not very good, so that's why I did it that way, but I forgot that I did it that way. Okay, alright, it seems to work now. I think this window is a good size. If we go to a smaller screen, how does it look? I mean, once this is fixed, it won't look so bad. I guess it'll look okay. I'm thinking that perhaps it would be a good idea to have an equipped inventory cosmetic inventory, and then have like a default equipped inventory that never changes. I think that would be the easiest, not just the easiest, but the more professional and just better looking way to do it. So I think I'll do that. So we're gonna have to delete stuff in the database once again, and we're going to add a new column. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go. That sounds pretty good, actually, now that I think of it. So it's a text, and can't believe we only have 50 minutes left of the stream. I'm going to try to get a lot done in the next 50 minutes, but I kind of feel like just going longer than that. But I really want to get exactly 3 hours like I did for the last one. That was awesome. I like stopped it perfectly so I could get it at 3 hours. I was kind of happy about that. Even though it doesn't mean anything, it's cool. Alright, so player data. So players will be able to change their hairstyle and stuff like that, which will be in the default equipped. I don't know if default equip's a good name. Let's just say like, I don't know, what's a good synonym for like, not permanent, but like hard to change? Like, let's just call it uneditable, because the player can't edit it. Yeah, okay. That's all good. Alright, and the database manager. Okay, and then this stuff requires it to be in the player thing, so let's just go in the player and change what we gotta change. Also have to go in the player inventory. This must be the client, isn't it? Yeah, it is. What is this about? Oh, okay, I see. We need the server. I thought I opened the server. interface. And then we would remove these. And then we need to update this so it's shorter. So I believe it's 7 now because we removed 3 elements. Okay, and this becomes ooh, my stomach's growling. This way, if ever we need to add some more like body features, stuff like that, we can easily do it. Okay, we need to update these. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, still an error down here. Oh, yeah. Cosmetic will all be null by default. I believe that's set in here. Or not. Let's just put an empty arrays for that. So this will be equip size. And the bank. Does it let me do 0? Yeah, but I wouldn't risk that. Alrighty. Just for cleanness sake, let's put this like that. Alright, now we need to actually add it in here. Okay, and we do not want to allow the player to move to or from the uneditable equipped. So if from inventory is equal to uneditable equipped or to inventory is equal to uneditable equipped inventory, return false. So that'll prevent players from moving stuff to that inventory. Of course, they can't visually move it, but they could send a move action packet and try to trick the server into doing that. So this is just like a hack protection, I guess. Oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, okay. So here. Okay. Yeah, I think that might work just like that. I don't really think there's anything else you need to do. Yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Get display inventory JSON. Where did we write that out? Here. Okay, so we're going to need to recode this now. So the length of the display inventory is, I don't know. Quick.length. Right, so it's like a concatenation of both, but not exactly. So in here, so we're going to try to change the client the least as possible when doing this. Actually, I have an idea. So we're going to have a static method of the same thing, basically. But in here, so this will let us create a display inventory to send to the client without having the client actually log in yet. So this is useful for when we were doing the player picker, where the player can see their player before they log in with them, you know, when they pick them in the player picker. And then this will call get display, return it. What's wrong with this? Oh, yeah. Get raw storage. Get raw storage. Get raw storage. What's wrong with this? Nothing's wrong with that. That's what's wrong. Okay. So let's start out by just setting the different indexes. That sets all the private. Guess we don't need to do this. And this comment here. Equip size. Okay. Okay, so we set the body, then it's, hold on, what is it again? The body, hair, and then face. Alright, then there's everything after that. So there's boots, pants, shirt, gloves. Unfortunately, I think we're going to need to code those all in manually. We can't use a loop anymore, which really sucks. Yeah. Or maybe we can figure out some clever thing. Yeah, let's do something clever. Int indexes. No. It's an array. Indexes. New int. Alright, now we're going to store the different indexes for the different ones. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So there were 7 there. Actually, I'm going to copy this, then undo everything. I want to get back to that loop. This will use and there you go. So this is going to loop through each thing of equipped and cosmetic, and it's going to place them at their proper index using these indexes here in display inventory. So of course we have to test it out. Let's remove all these constants that we're not using. So I believe those are the only ones we used. I mean, we could do something, yeah, let's just remove all the constants. I want to rename this too. I actually really like this idea, it's kind of cool. I mean, of course, it's not like I'm the first one to think of it, but it's slick. And these indexes are going to be different for this. It'll be 0, 7, I got this in reverse order. 076. Remove that. Alright, not too shabby. Move this comment here. Move that constant up to the top where it belongs. Let's make this public or not. Okay, now let's change something real quick on the server here in the world. I think we're actually fairly close to being done. We'll have to test it out, of course. Then we'll need to do the move thing. There's about half an hour left of the stream. Whoa, the stream's going nuts. No, it's alright. We have 2% drop frames, which isn't too bad. This is the server, yeah. Player pick. It's not that we want player list, I believe it's called. Yeah. Okay. Then here, I'm not going to do it exactly like that. Gotta change this. Is equal to so if you're watching and you're wondering why I did that, it's so we can access it here. And uneditable, so player data's .get I dot uneditable. I don't know why I did it this way before. I have to keep accessing it by index. But whatever. It would be a pain to change it right now and a bit of waste of time, so. Awesome. Oh. Okay, it doesn't want it as string format just yet. Okay. Fine by me. What is it talking about here? Oh. Okay. Looking pretty good. Okay, I understand what I did here. I mean, it wasn't the best way to do it, but... Alright, I mean, this should work now. Let's test it out, I guess. Oh no, not that thing. Let's give him some blonde hair. Uh-oh. Crashing already. Rate index out of bounds. Player.get new player data. Oh. Forgot to change those. Alright. Yeah, if that's the only issue I get this whole time, I'll be happy. Oh no. I keep getting that thing. I'm being affected by my own anti-cheat measures. Can I move this window? Yeah. Oh, it's still happening somehow. That's it. These are sucky errors. Okay, there's still nothing in there. In the player database. 3 times now. Alright. I should maybe have some sort of debug mode or something like that. I don't know, it doesn't bother me that much. Completely misspelled guy there somehow. Really badly. Give him some red eyes. Oh, much bigger crash here. Array is empty. Sorry about the coughing. Don't know what's happening right now. I'll drink some water. Oh no. It's like the display inventory being sent is not the right size. And what is being sent? It's probably the default. Let's look here. Pick result successful. Yeah, there's this. That should be working. Oh, it seems like it's trying to access the walk frame for invalid thing. It's probably very boring for you guys to watch right now, this debugging stuff. I'll probably try to get it done more this afternoon. You know, I'll work on it now. But yeah, I'm curious. Get the full snapshot. You set the display inventory. Let's print it out, see what happens. There's a lot of other errors going on. We'll have to fix those for sure. Seems like it's having a hard time drawing the player from the player display. Okay, let's see if this is the right order. So body, boots. Wait, hold on. Body, boots, pants, shirt. Body, boots, pants, shirt. No, okay, that makes sense. Hair. It's face. Oops, that's not good. Face. No. It's the other way around. It's supposed to be face, hair. Okay. So in here. Oh wait. I know what's going on. When we actually create the player, it's not setting it properly. That's why. That's what's going on. Wait, is it? No, I think that's okay actually. Right, because it sends in the hair, the face, the body. Okay, it is in the right order. Face, I just wrote it out in the wrong order here for some reason. So this becomes 6, 7. If this fixes the errors, then that's good, but I don't think it will. Oops, no, I have to close the other server. Yes, this of course. Oops, I keep moving on the client to the second monitor. You guys can't see that, so. Alright, not too bad. Hey, there you go. It only shows what we want. Although it should be in reverse order. That's one thing. You can change that easily. I mean, it's working. We had that crash. But that's an error I've been having for a while. I need to figure that out eventually, for sure. But hey, it's not too bad. I have like 15 minutes left. Let's really quickly try to... Won't fix this. I'll look into it that later for sure. But let's really quickly try to implement the actual move events. I think that would be super cool. And all we have to do is set it up on the client side right now. It shouldn't be too hard. We're just gonna do it with clicking, the quick move thing. We'll add the drag and drop thing another time, I guess. I just want to see the click thing to see if it actually works. Okay, so touchdown. Let's put it first because that's what's supposed to happen first. So private int slot. No, drag would be easier actually for now. Let's do that first. Slot down, inventory down. Let's get some default values. Okay, so okay, and then when we release, if slot is not equal to slot down and inventory is not equal to inventory number is not equal to inventory. No, this doesn't matter. Okay, if it's not the same slot, or it's not the same inventory, then we can move them. So let's create form interact packet. Form interact packet is equal to new form interact packet. We have boolean close. Oh, I think I added that close boolean as a close command. No. I forgot to implement that. Anyways, worry about that later. Here, I'll write it down. Okay. Move. That's the command. Okay, and then we create a hash map. Data is equal to new hash. And I have these. Data.put key from slot is equal to slot down to slot is equal to slot. Okay, so slot down is the slot that we clicked on, and when we release, the to slot will be the slot we're moving to, and then we'll have from inventory. Yeah, so it's not going to be completely bug free, I don't think, to start out. Hey, it'd be worth a shot. If this actually works and you can see the player being visually updated, that'd be super awesome. There's something else we might have to do actually. Alright, this is complaining because it needs a string, so just do that. Alright. No. Alright, and the player inventory, I need to make sure that when stuff's moved around, that the player updates its visual inventory. Okay, so okay, so if we are editing the inventory, the equipped or cosmetic inventory, then we need to get changes. So let's just do update display inventory, and then we go in player here. So if ever we edit the cosmetic or equip inventory, then we want it to update on the clients so they can see the actual visual change as well. Okay, alright. Already here, then I'll move it after. I didn't write anything in front. There you go. Alright, cool. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Let's rerun the server and let's wait, because otherwise we're going to get locked out. Alright, there you go. Alright, let's create a new character again. Joe the man. That's good enough. Oh, it's not working. It seems like touch up isn't even being registered at all. That's weird. Let's check the slots. Oh, okay, I see. We can't use the click because the click implies that you're staying in the same widget. Okay. Last ditch effort here. Touch up. No, we can't do it this way. I have no time to fix it in the stream. I'll fix it this afternoon. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. Because the issue is when touch up happens, it might not be in the... Maybe. I'm gonna try it real quick, real fast. Go. Tell me I have to create a new player again. I'll have to fix that as well. Joe the Beast. Touch up doesn't work at all. That's too bad. All right, I'll find a way. I'll find a way for sure. I don't know why touch up just doesn't work. I have to think about it, and I have to fix those other bugs as well with the player picker. I have a little bit of things to do. Actually, maybe this afternoon I might not have time to do it, so I'll see. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow during the live stream, and then we'll get to work on some MongoDB stuff as soon as we're done with all the bugs here. And we got all the movement working. I also want to add the different modes for movement, so like quick movement and all that. I may even have to make another inventory to equip stuff, but not for clothes. It'll be to like equip like swords, or like in RPGs you can equip like a necklace that gives you a bonus, so that kind of thing. I'm not sure if I want to keep that in the regular equip or put it separate. I think it would make more sense to put it separate though. Looks more traditional. Also, as soon as you get some art, I want to add a inventory open button. I guess we'll use placeholder art tomorrow. So it'll be like a menu button in the top that you can click, just like the logout, and then you can open the inventory up. So yeah, I want to add that, and maybe some sort of like kind of icon in the different inventory slots. So like like a shadow or like a silhouette of a shirt in the shirt slot, so you can put shirts there. Or a silhouette of boots, so you can put boots in that slot or whatever. So there's that too. I might just do placeholder art for that and wait for new artists to add that in. But yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow, and if we have some time, we'll do some MongoDB. If not, we'll have to do the Mongo on Thursday, and then after that, I'm going on vacation for a few days. So yeah, now I'm just stalling. I have 2 seconds left to stop at the perfect time, and done.